Hello, I hope you're doing really well. I feel like today I've been in such a baking mode and I thought we could test some TikTok healthy dessert recipes that have gone viral. I absolutely love TikTok for just like overall life hacks. They have got some really good recipes on there, and of course like some that I have tried, I did try making a mug cake that just completely flopped. So I thought we could try and test them together and see what is worth making so that we don't have to like waste any ingredients. There's nothing worse, is there? You know, when you try like a recipe, you put your last bit of Greek yogurt in there and it just completely flops and you've got to throw it in the bin. First up, we have got the famous viral avocado brownies. I've made brownies with like sweet potato before, obviously like flour, oat flour. I have got some other recipes on my channel of those things, so I'll pop a link or something somewhere. Oh my god, it's got 7.1 million views. They're like the yummiest looking fudgy brownies, and I love that she has actually labelled in the captions like the ingredients. Like some recipes people don't include like the measurements whatsoever, like anywhere to be found. Not me like highlighting stuff so I don't miss anything. I'm going to start by preheating my oven to 180 degrees. So we're going to need some oats. I'm just going to blend this into an oat flour. Hot chocolate powder, you could use cocoa powder, cacao powder, whatever you've got in your cupboard. Some brewed coffee here, coconut sugar, salt, baking powder, 2 eggs and an avocado. So I'm just going to start by measuring out 50 grams of oats to make it into a flour. I'm just going to set this aside for a second. Slice up my avocado. I feel like this is a bit of a firm one. I think they're the same as bananas, like the riper the better. Pop that in the blender. And then next up I'm just going to add my hot chocolate powder. I really like this Galaxy one, like for hot chocolate. Like this time of year is just every single night I think I have hot chocolate. This and the Options brand is really nice. I don't know why it's taking so long to come out. Oh wow, it's really dusty. And then half a cup of brewed coffee. This is from my Nespresso machine. I just used like a Starbucks blonde roast one and took a little bit out of it. I've measured out 80 grams of organic coconut sugar. That felt like a lot of sugar. And then 2 eggs, 2 whole eggs. These are large ones that I'm using. A quarter teaspoon of salt, and then 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And then I'm just going to add 40 grams of chocolate chips. I'm just going to blend this now. Okay, before I eat this raw mixture, I need to put it in the oven. So far, so good. So it's really nice consistency as well. I think that coffee is really going to make a difference. I added the chocolate chips to the blender, but she added them afterwards. I don't think it makes much of a difference either way. And then I'm just going to add the oat flour in, blend this around, and could use like an 8x8. I'm going to use this circular pan. And then I'm just going to spray the pan with some Fry Light. Pour this in here, spread that all about. Oh, I feel like these are going to taste like absolutely insane. And then I'm just going to sprinkle some chocolate chips on the top. Then this can go in the oven. Set a 25-minute timer. The next recipe is a cinnamon roll. I feel like these have been all over my Instagram feed as well as TikTok recently. These look quite simple to make as well. I just feel like in the past I've never looked for that aesthetic as they do on TikTok. Somebody's watching me. I just had to actually go and reapply my lipstick. I took licking out, oh that sounds awful. I really made sure there wasn't a scrap of chocolate left when I was licking the bowl. For the actual like base of the cinnamon roll, all it is oats, which I'm going to make into flour again, some natural yogurt, I'm using a 0% fat one, a baking powder. Then for like the little middle layer, she did use apple sauce, but I don't have any of that in my cupboard, so I'm just going to use a little bit of honey. You could also use like maple syrup, coconut oil, or like olive oil even. I'm going to use a little bit of coconut sugar and then ground sweet cinnamon. If you haven't had ground sweet cinnamon, like I really notice the difference between normal cinnamon. I think this is way nicer. And then for like the drizzle, some whey ice. This is just vanilla cream flavour. I'm going to mix a little bit of water just to drizzle over the top. If you don't have protein, you could also use just like ice and sugar with a little bit of water. Measuring out 50 grams Quickly blend this up. So I've got my blended oats. I'm just going to add this to my mixing bowl. And I'm using 80 grams of yogurt. Natural yogurt is so nice. A 1/4 teaspoon baking powder. I'm going to mix that up. I followed the measurements there, but it's not really like a dough, like it's a bit too wet to form, you know, like to roll with a pin. Like I think that's just going to get stuck. So I'm going to add an extra 15 grams of oat flour to loads more of like a doughy. I've just sprinkled some oat flour. This is a bit sloppy. Like I'm not convinced about this. I'm going to use this as my rolling pin. So I'm going to make like the filling using some honey. Oh God. So 20 grams of that, a teaspoon of cinnamon and half a teaspoon of coconut sugar. Give that a little mix. That looks so much like Lotus Biscoff kind of sauce. And the best thing with these, you can like add protein to the dough as well. Just spread. Roll this up. Oh, it's kind of crumbling. Oh no. Oh, got lift off. They're real small. The cinnamon rolls are done. So these were 25 minutes. They're quite small actually. I thought they'd be bigger, and they don't look like a classic cinnamon roll pastry. I don't know what happened with these, to be honest, but I think with the icing they will still taste nice. So I've just put 15 grams of protein and a little bit of oatmeal. I don't know how to dip them or kind of drizzle. I might just dip. I think they'll taste nicer than they look. Just added a bit more milk so it's a bit runnier. Yeah, that's kind of better. Moving on to the next recipe, which is a single serve lava cake. I really hope this works. Oh, don't know what Penelope's barking at. I've not managed to have like a lava cake with like the melty bit, so we'll see how this one turns out. It's so good. For this, all we're going to need is some flour, virgin olive oil or coconut oil, whatever you've got in the cupboard, a bit of almond milk, some stevia or like sweetener, some hot chocolate powder. This one's really quick. I'm going to spray this little ramekin because I'm going to pop it in the oven. And I just feel like it might stick. 20 grams of flour, a bit of cacao powder. You could just add more hot chocolate powder if you haven't got it in. 4 grams of that. Don't just spill it everywhere like I just did. And then I've just mixed it. 15 grams of stevia, 18 grams of hot chocolate mix. My scales are playing me today. And then 2 grams of oil. And that is it. So I'm just going to pop this in the oven. It's quite like a thick consistency.
A few moments later.
Wow, this looks amazing. I'm just going to cut this up now. So I left this to cool and I think it's turned out really nice, to be fair. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, this looks really good. Oh, they look quite fudgy as well. Well, this is a clear winner. These have turned out so good and taste amazing. So I've tried one already. I never thought avocado brownies would be so yummy. Here are the cinnamon rolls. These are actually nicer, I think, than they look. Protein icing definitely makes it, but so good just for something like different, a different little snack. You know, they look quite the same as the girls on TikTok. These would be so nice as well with like a cup of tea. So they are all the recipes. I would probably say the winner has definitely been the brownies. They taste amazing. Like, I think they actually taste way better than they necessarily look. The lava cake is finished. I put it in for about 6 minutes on 200 degrees. I feel like it might be gooey in the middle. Considering there isn't actually any chocolate in here, well, this is pretty good, isn't it? I don't know if I like the taste of it though. I feel like it's a little bit chemically with the sweetener. Oh, it's really fudgy. Oh my god, it is actually. It tastes kind of raw, kind of just like a mousse, like a chocolate mousse. I probably wouldn't make the mug cake again. I don't know, just a bit chemically, but these were amazing. 2 of them have already gone. Actually, I've changed the recipe a little bit if I did this again and add different ingredients to the actual pastry, but I think this was pretty good actually as well. Like, I do like the icing and they taste nice. They have turned out quite well, pretty successful. I really enjoyed this video as much as I have done. I really enjoyed making this actually. It's been nice just baking some new things that I haven't tried before. Also got loads of other healthy and easy dessert recipes on my channel with the macros included, so definitely check those out. And if you aren't already, I would love you to stick around by subscribing and liking this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.